So it was a really hot day here in the studio because I'm on the 3rd floor of an old mill building. It was about 100 degrees out, and because there's no insulation between the ceiling and the roof and me, it was about 100 degrees in here, even with an industrial fan going. It was very warm. But I would rather be here than anywhere else because I get to paint. And this is the one thing I live to do, is paint. And so, although I spent today sweating, I didn't spend today sweating about the small stuff because I'm able to transcend it through painting. The painting behind me is called March and Pepe. This is a good example of me sweating today, but not sweating the small stuff. Marge, I started several months ago, and in my old studio, and I rolled Marge and Pepe up when we moved, and stuck her in a corner here in the new studio. And someone asked me, or actually I've had a number of people ask me, where's Marge and Pepe? What are you going to do with them? So I decided to unroll them and try again, because at my old studio I was frustrated, I was depressed as could be. Nothing was going right. I was losing so much, and there was nothing I could do to change the situation and keep my studio and blah, 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 blah. So I had to give up the studio, had to move to my new shared space, which has worked out fine. And but I had gotten frustrated. You know, I didn't have good, I hate to say like good energy. I didn't have good energy or good vibes. I hate that crap. I couldn't put myself in a headspace where the work could just flow. And that's what I did today. And working on Marge and Pepe again was I could just let the work flow. I have 2 other paintings going on, maybe 3. I was hoping to get a new canvas today and start a 4th. I'm looking forward to doing, you know, having 5 to 10 going like I used to. You know, back when I had money and stuff was going well, but I may actually be able to get a few canvases in about a week, and then I can start again, blah, 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 blah. Anyway, in order for me to help my 2 other paintings, I had to find a 3rd painting to work on to keep the work flowing. So I wasn't sweating about the small stuff in the other paintings. So I unrolled Marge and Pepe the other day and started working on them. Her face has always given me trouble, but I'm just on the brink now because of today. Because I enrolled her, because I was able to just let the work flow, I'm getting to a point where her face is going to take off. It's all going to be fine. Her shirt is coming together, her blouse. Pepe has changed a little bit, and then the background, the wallpaper in the background. I've found new shapes. I've found all new directions, which is going to help the whole painting flow instead of me just focusing on her face and how screwed up she is, how uneven, how this, how not that, oh, she's not this, you know, she's not absolutely perfect. The shapes in the background are going to help me to keep the work flowing and pulling together. The same way the whole work, March and Pepe, are going to help me finish Voodoo Sister, which is it's done. I just have to flip it over, give it one last go over, and then sign it. It's done. But Voodoo Sister is at the end. I've got another painting named Melanie it's like midway through. And this is in the awkward stage. Every single one of my paintings goes through this really horrible awkward stage, and as long as I don't try to mash it into something it's not, it will become the painting it's supposed to by not sweating the small stuff and just letting it flow. And that's the key in all painting or all artwork, is just let it flow. Don't make it be something. You can't. The materials will tell you. The materials tell me. My paint tells me. My Neo McGill tell me. The canvas tells me. And sometimes it tells me when the painting is right side up. And sometimes it all tells me when it's sideways or upside down. But if I keep myself calm and I listen, the work will tell me where it's supposed to be. Now, I decided a couple of days ago, half joking, I said on Facebook, I think I'm going to start calling my way of painting its own movement. I'm going to give it its own name and have it be its own movement. And I think I was right. My work is all about inner energy. There's so much that goes into it. There's mathematics, but it's all about connectiveness. And I've had a couple of physicists write me and say, oh, I understand what your work is about. It's about interconnectedness. It's about how energy, one energy can push another energy. It's about math, and yes, it is. It's about life. It's about our energy coming out of ourselves. When, I don't know if I'm putting it correctly, but when I'm painting, I'm not doing a painting of someone. I'm doing a painting of their energy and who I perceive them, what I perceive their energy to be. You'll have to excuse me. It's still 100 degrees in here, so not being as eloquent as I would like. But I decided, half jokingly, I decided that my artwork, my own movement, will be, and excuse me if I don't say this correctly, von Innen. Is it Innen? Von Innen? Von Innen? It's German anyway. I love German. I love different languages, but it's from within. My movement, the Beck Lane movement, is from within, instead of pop art or abstract art or expressionist art, which is, I've been called all of those things. I've been called many different types of artists. I believe this expresses something that's totally new, from within. So, someone who speaks German, help me with this. Von Innen, from within. A lot of my work is about I am here, and it's about projecting the character's energy out to the viewer. I am here. And it comes from within. Von Innen. And I love it in German because it packs a punch. And it's not expressing Beck Lane is here. It's expressing that Marge, as odd as she is right now, Marge and Pepe, I am here. Melanie, I am here. The different paintings I've done, I am here. Von Innen, from within. Their energy coming out from within. And all of that's the whole idea, the whole way I learned to express myself, the whole way I learned to work from painting to painting to painting, came from not sweating the small stuff, even in 100-degree weather, not sweating it. And I can't say, oh, I am so peaceful and joyful all the time. I really am not. But in the work I am happy. In the work I am alive. There's no place I would rather be than here right now. Thank you, Dorothy. I'll click my heels together, but it's true. This is where I want to be, is painting. Back to the not sweating thing, because I'm sweating now. I've turned off the fan. So, but in learning to not sweat the small stuff, every little fiber in her shirt, or the texture, or how her eyes are, which originally were down here, and she looked like a 1950s vamp holding this little dog. Not sweating about that, just letting the paint tell me where it is. I've been able to find a whole new way of painting, a whole new way that's all mine. And it's not by forcing it, it's by letting it flow. Just letting it flow. And I don't know if any of this makes any sense. I am just so warm. Just so very, very warm. But so I think, in closing, I think what I'm trying to say in a roundabout way is don't sweat the small stuff. Don't sweat. You know, if you're working on a painting right now, or working on a piece of work, don't sweat how it looks right at this moment. Just keep moving forward, keep working, move to another piece of work if that one's not working. This is what I had to learn to do, to just keep it all flowing. And if one style of painting isn't working for you, or one style of doing whatever work you're doing isn't working for you, don't do it. Let it flow. Find the way that works for you, not the way you've been told you have to do it. Let it flow. Let it flow. That's how this happened. My bizarre, whacked out, multi-medium painting happened because I stopped listening to what people were telling me and started listening to the material and listening to my own heart. And I let it flow from within. Von Innen. All right, time to get back to work and to turn the fans on. Ciao.